Okay, let's go. Trying to go for a Sicilian against Houdini-4. Let's see what we will get there. I'm gonna let him play without opening book or table base, and I'm trying to create one game for my book with ChatGPT to have it analyzed, maybe a bit at least. Okay, I could go d6. e6 is another possibility. I think I'm gonna go with e6 here in this game. Pretty much sure he's going to go d4. There isn't really much else to do on high level. Oh, well, the bishop going in there is also some sort of way. At some point he's going to go d4 anyway. Probably now. I mean, bishop e2 doesn't make sense. No, he doesn't go e4. Okay, queen c7, because if I go to this square... Well, actually, I'm not so sure if it's too bad. Can I go d5 here? That's the question. I think I can. So let's see what you can get out of a normal kind of setup here. Like Houdini played. Without much theory stuff going on. So first of all, there is this move d4 again. Let's go bishop e6. I mean, knight g5 is annoying. Is really annoying, probably. Pretty annoying, but okay, let's see. He wants to take this. So I'm going to take on d4 now. Bishop takes, knight takes, and bishop d3. Knight takes, and the bishop takes, probably. Not so sure. I mean, I could go bishop to d6. After takes, takes. I have a strong and stable center there. And I can go castles. It's interesting, at least. I don't know if it's good, though. But I also don't know if taking the knight is fine. Knight here, knight b4 back, and pawn here with queen d6 to follow. I think I'm gonna go bishop d6 here. I think. And if he takes my light square bishop, I can castle and go e5 and maybe e4 at a certain point. At least d5 is protected. Okay, he has those bishops. It's not the end of it. But I don't want to give him both. Not the dark square bishop, though. So knight takes, pawn takes. He has no checks. Well, at least no checks which are doing something. I mean, bishop h5 maybe. But even so, I can take, push g3 and go castles, or go g3 right away. I'm not too happy with this, though. I'm not too happy with this. Because if I go this way... Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for it and go this g6 probably. g6, queen g4 or queen h3. In both cases, I'm gonna go queen f6 probably. The bishop is here doing a good job for now. Bishop there, bishop g5. Well, at any point I can maybe go castles. Well, not if he goes bishop h6 though. But then I kick the knight, go bishop d6 back, and go castles long again. Well, okay, this is sort of bad. This is sort of bad because, oh my word. Okay, at least he gets one of the rooks now. This is just, yeah, and if I go this way, he has knight this, and I can take, and he takes the rook. But then at least I can castle, and the bishop is still hanging. So bishop to d6. What is if I go take with the queen? I don't know. Why can't I take it with the queen? Now I'm threatening mate. c7 is protected. Rook over, pinning the queen to the king. Oh my word. Okay, now I am white. Not to say that I'm going to win this. I'm probably going to lose it again, but let's see, maybe I can pull off a greater fight now. I mean, the opening he played wasn't that great. As to be expected from an old engine. got at least something, so now we have the Berlin defense here. I played a game yesterday against Monarch 1.0. It went with bishop d7 stuff, queen e7, and he went long, which was pretty awful though. Okay, let's go d4. Well, awful. I don't know if awful is the right word for it, but it wasn't the right thing to do, let's put it that way. Okay, I want to go bishop e3 and knight to d2, so I'm gonna do it. Knight f6, h3. No, knight... I don't know. I mean, now I have the same problem again, I think. But with the opening of the f-file, I might not be that bad. Okay, first of all, I need to cover this pawn on e4. Knight g4 to go after the bishop is a possibility. If he doesn't do it, I'm gonna go h3. And if he goes knight to g4, I'm going to go castles. Okay, let's go h3. So now everything is safe and secure for me. Position should be in the balance. If h6, b5, my bishop will land here. a3 is also a move I want to go for at a certain point. Not now, though. Okay, a6 and this. He can go push this bishop onto b1, maybe. I can go to e2. I don't really want to. So either I go to d3 right away into b1, or I go this way. And I think I'm going to go bishop a4. Bishop c4, bishop d3. Well, actually, bishop d3, if he goes knight b4, it's not that bad. Now I can do this, although d5 might be some sort of way. I'm not sure. I mean, I can go back to b1 and meet d5 with e5, which is what I certainly want to do. And the other possibility is to go bishop c5, d5 and take it. I don't think that's the way to do it. So let's put the bishop back to b1. I'm highly expecting the move c5 here. Yeah, so there it is. I can go d5. Can go d5. There is a weakness on d6 at some point. But first of all, well, if I go d5 right away, he has to take care of the knight. Otherwise it's coming to e5, where I can take and push f4 maybe. So it's not that bad either, even this, but I'm gonna go for this now. a6, so knight c6, the only move. And then d5, knight e5 takes and castles with f4 to follow. I'm not so sure if that's so great. I mean, yeah, taking this and taking the bishop might be very good for him structurally, but I mean, I have all the open lines, and maybe I can do something with those things. Check. Maybe I should go castles. No, well, I have to take the bishop, the pawn now. Okay, this position here. I mean, material is even, but I mean, if I can't go castles next move, I might be in huge trouble. Okay, queen to this square, double attacking two pawns. This one and that one. I might go long, I might go castles short, and if he takes this, I'm gonna go there. I don't know, I mean, I don't really want to... Well, actually I'm losing a pawn anyway, so therefore I can castle. He can only take one of them. With check, and then at some point, if my king is there, after he had castled... Okay, let's see, what is he doing? I mean, e5 is what I want. This is normally a position I'd like with white, but... Yeah, that's just too much, right? The knight. No, okay, two destructions. Then I should have gone d5 instead of a6. I think that was a little error on my part, on my behalf. Let's see what this time is going on with the Sicilian. I'm not really convinced that the opening he played last time he will do again. Although it worked out pretty well for him. So knight to c6. Okay, knight to c3, knight to c6. I mean, normally you follow up with f4, knight f3, and d4 if you go knight c3 second. But let's see. Okay, knight f3. He wants to go d5 in any way. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go e6. Let's go this way. I mean, bishop e2 is also kind of always a possibility. It's not a bad move. You can also go bishop b5 at some point, but here, after this and a6, might not be that bad for me. We're in the Khan variation of the Sicilian now. I'm gonna put the knight out to f6 next, maybe, or queen c7. I'm not so sure now. Okay, goes for this. Bishop to b5 or other things. I don't want to go here, so let's go queen c7 first. Before going b5 takes, I have all the takes are possible, I think, but after, okay, let's I don't know, let's go b5 maybe. I don't know, b5 or bishop d6. Not sure if bishop d6 is so fine. Well, I can also go b6, by the way, although then knight a4 might be something. Well, this square is covered, so I can go knight f6 now. Okay, as long as e5 isn't hot, I can do many things. So, let's see, bishop to b4, bishop to e7, and castles, or bishop to d6. But bishop d6, there is f4, and then e5 is threatened. So I'm not convinced about this. So I think bishop e7 and then going for d5 and castles is the way to go. So let's see. Bishop e7. I'm expecting f4 now. f4 castles, e5 knight d5 is not what I want. f4 d5 e5 knight over is a possibility. Takes knight takes pawn takes is also somewhat of a possibility with bishop e6 to follow, although then he has f5. Is not... Well, I can go d6 and after e5 knight d7, putting it to c5 maybe, but what is it doing on c5? Okay, if d5 is not working, I have to go d6 anyway. Also d6 I can take as well. I think d6 is more to the point than d5. d5 takes. Not that sure. d5, e5, knight d7, f5 is not that well. I think I'm gonna go d6. I'm not that sure if that's the best. And now let's go castles, although also f5. I'm not so sure and not so convinced about those things again. b5 is something I want to do at some point. I think I'm gonna go b5 here, but I'm not so sure. I mean, b5, there is f5, but f5 there is e5. b5, e5 takes knight d5 is a possibility. Knight d7 as well on this behalf. So b5, e5 takes, knight back. I think b5 is something what I can do here. Not too bad, putting the bishop out to b7. And then I can also go long, by the way. Yeah, that's something. That's of course a possibility he had. So there are no sacrifices on b5. And now if e5, I have an in-between move. No, I don't, because of bishop over there. Okay, e5, knight coming in. What is if I go e5 now? e5... What is if I go d5? Takes, knight takes. I don't think that's hot. And I don't want to allow the move e5 for him, so I'm gonna go e5 myself. Well, let's see. This one isn't that great. If I go and take. If I go and take and it takes with the pawn, I can move the... Well, that might not be that bad because of queen c7, and I kind of have to take anyway. If queen takes, we're in an endgame. I'd be happy with that. And if it takes with the pawn, I go back, and there is not that much pressure on the d6 pawn anymore. So queen c7 is something I need to do. Okay, but the thing is, my king is still in the center, and all the lines are opening up now. Wow, okay, I mean, he can't go d6 right away, and I have bishop d6 to blockade with a protection on this, and the e file is still closed, and I can go castles. So if I can go bishop d... Wow, what? He's sacking a pawn there. Why? Oh, the rook in the corner. Oh my word, this is how he did it. Oh my word. Yeah, but I don't know. What was the mistake here? I mean, b5 maybe? b5, e5 was necessary, so maybe b5 was a... I don't know. Let's quickly ask Stockfish, one of those Stockfish engines, anyway. I don't know what was the problem in this game. So I think this is still fairly playable for me. Let's see. Yeah, this is playable. b5. No, b5 is not the way to go. Bishop d7 or castles is what you should do. Okay, fine. I got it. I got it. And the opening name of this is the Scheveningen Sicilian. All of this probably has been played before, and bishop d7 castles are the main ideas, because how it went was pretty instructional. I went b5, knight takes, and bishop here, threatening the rook in the corner, and there is no real way of defending this. Knight takes, and now he opens it up anyway. Too good to do. Well, those pawns, you can see through them, basically. Okay. Well, that was one game. I kind of enjoyed this. Not that I lost it. It was clear before that I'm going to lose those games anyway, but there is something to learn about this. I mean, how those things working out. Okay, I got a pretty huge lesson in the Ruy Lopez as well last game against Houdini. So I got a lot of lessons in those games, but which I have played for now. c3 and d4 is next. Bishop d7. Well, I have to be careful. I think I shouldn't go bishop e3 that early. Well, I don't really think I made huge mistakes in this game, other than not going d5 but going a3 first. I think we will have the same position. Also next game, when I am black and we entered the same Sicilian, I'm going to play the same sort of way. Okay, this is now hanging. Bishop e3 is not the way to go. If I go there, takes, it's fine. So knight d2 is the way. This is different than the other games. I can also go d5, he moves the knight, I take, he takes, and then I defend with queen e2, c4 and knight to this square. I think I'm gonna go for a close game this time. Hitting the knight, so the knight needs to react. Probably this, because otherwise I take and go b4 and, well, a4 is not the way. I could go back to cover, or I could take. I think going back to cover is the right way to do. c6, bishop e7, stuff like this. After c6 I'm gonna go c4 to kind of be happy. c4, probably. Right, so now we have a different sort of game. If takes, and knight a6. Yeah, well, I can't take with the e-pawn, can I? So let's go. Queen e7 is not something I'm afraid of. Knight a6, on the other hand, is a different kettle of fish, because now the knight comes to c5 or b5. If it goes to c5, it's not that bad. I can go bishop there, and if it goes to b4, I can go bishop b1. Right, this is defended enough. Knight takes is not a problemo. So let's just go back. Everything in my position seems to be defended. And I'm ready to go castles. Bishop to g4 is a way of dealing with things. Rook to this square. What about b4? He moves the knight. The knight will be not that stable. I think going castles is the way to go. Or a3. Maybe not. None of them. Well, I think I'm gonna go castles now. And h3, so to prevent anything coming down, so that I can put the bishop on e3 and the rook on c1. That's the goal, and I have some loot for the king. a5, if he goes a4 is not the problem there. Let's put the bishop on e3. So, okay, we have a pretty standard position there. I'm gonna go a4, knight b4 at some point, maybe a3, b3, b4, but first of all I'm gonna oppose this rook. Do I want to go f4 at some point? What is if I go back with the knight? To go knight b3 to hit this knight again? This is covered, there is no threat to that. And if I go here, a4, I have knight c4 maybe as well as f4. Let's go. Okay, fine. Knight b3 is the thing I want to do here, probably. So now I get rid of his knight. If he goes and takes it, I'm going to go bishop takes. No, I don't. A takes to well, a takes is a way of doing this. Queen b6 is not something he can do. Bishop takes a4 as a problem, so let's go take like this. He wants to go f5, so I can go f3 or f4 in this position. Queen h4, maybe f4, f5 takes is something, but I can also go more solid, like f3 something. Could also go knight a4 and trying to go into b6. I'm not so sure, but I think the most logical approach to this is just to go f4. The logical follow-up. Okay, I haven't gotten smashed in the opening. If he takes, I'm gonna take with the rook, and if this, I'm gonna go f5. So now queen d2 and g4, g5 at a certain moment. Okay, the bishop goes in here, but I have no clue what it's gonna do there. I could go queen g4, but I'm not sure about this either. Can't go there. Bishop to this square might be some sort of way. g4 might be some sort of way. How can I get rid of this bishop at a certain point? Knight c3, bishop over there. This bishop is a bit, I don't know, not really helpful. First of all, a5 is always under pressure, so the queen can't really move out of the way. I should probably connect rooks. So I think queen g4 is something I should really strongly consider. Or queen f3. Not sure. I mean, queen g4, it's kind of out in the way of the g-pawn. But queen f3, there is knight g4. I don't want to see that. So let's go there. At least, well, I don't want to see it in the way that it's hitting the queen when it arrives there. Okay, if I take, he's going to take with the queen, but then this pawn drops, so he kind of has to take with the knight, I think. Otherwise, I'm gonna take on a5 and hope that I can win this position. Then knight takes. Okay, this is covered. If I go h4. So, not that convinced about this. The bishop over there is not protected. The e4 is not that well. If I go there, he has to go back. That's the only thing I know. h4 and queen there. Maybe some sort of way to play. Queen here with g4, g5 to follow up. Let's see if I have kind of a good position here, maybe. Okay, well, this is not hanging. This is not hanging. b6, he at some point has to go back. If I go there or there, I don't think it makes a huge difference. So what square should I use there? Not so sure. Okay, let's go this way, because maybe at some point there might be some things on this. Okay, let's see. g4 and g5 is a way to do things. Where should I put the queen? I don't want to see f3, g6, so let's go there. Trying to go g4, g5 next. What is his play other than f6 here? I'm not really sure about it. wanna go g4, g5. What are his ideas? The only thing in my position is the bishop, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, that's also a reason here. Okay, rook to this square, rook to g1 probably, or rook f2 might also be some sort of way to do things. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go there. No, shadoop. This is covered by the queen. So queen f, rook f3 maybe, or rook g1. Rook f3 might be something. No, then he comes in here. I have to take, and he takes this. So let's just go rook g1. Play as normal as possible. If he goes bishop to there, now I can take it with the queen. g4, g5 is what I want to do. This bishop is not that bad, to be honest. Okay, rook over. What is if I take and go rook queen here? I don't know. Where is his queen going? If I go, well, now he goes with the counterplay. Now he goes with the counterplay. So this might not be that great now. But what is the queen doing? If I go g4 anyway, he takes the bishop. That's annoying. That's annoying. But the bishop here, this is covered. This is covered. There is no threat. And the bishop would be hanging if I go back. I can also go back this way. I'm not so sure. No, then the well, bishop a2 is not that hard. So let's go there. It's not this bishop is hanging. This pawn maybe dropping with the head on the queen, on the rook. But still, I mean, I can take this. Takes the rook, I take this, hit the rook. I don't know what's the thing here. I mean, if I go here, the knight drops, so I kind of have to take this. And now bishop queen takes d6 is the way. Although I'm not so sure about this either. Well, the bishop is defended by the queen and the rook, so g4, he has no sort of checks. Knight to d6 is some way. I'm not sure. Let's go g4. I think this kind of play on the bishop was enough to screw the game for me. But this was a really good game by, oh my word. Trapping my own queen in one move. Wow. Oh my god. Okay. Where did that went wrong here? I mean, the thing is, okay. Let's see. This has to be good for me. At least it's not bad. At least it's not bad. Let's go ahead, ask the stockfish. There. It's a bit better for black. Not well, it's actually a lot better for black. Why? This position right here is fine for either side. King h2. Well, this is not the way. Queen b6. Queen there and bishop over. Yeah, that's the only move. No, it's not. Yeah, but this might be... Well, he plays very great. Yeah, this is over, so... yeah, in this position I had better chances. In this position I had better chances. Yeah, this will be a game position I'm gonna go let the engines play out. Because... Well, it's a fine position for either side. The Scotch game... What? Scotch? That's no Scotch, so that's the Spanish game. Anyway, wow, that was really a nice little game there. Let's quickly see, 28 minutes of play now against Houdini. So let's try again with the black pieces. I got some pretty nice ideas. Okay, training. Let's go again. Well, all those games were pretty so far, but you have to play really carefully if you don't want to go smashed away from the board in a quick way. You really have to play well. Okay, let's go for the Sicilian again. So we had knight of 3 second and knight c3, and those moves transposed to each other. And it's gonna be the same in this game probably. I'm sure he's not gonna go with f4 second now. But I'm gonna go d6. No, yeah, well, well, let's see. Maybe he wants to go f4. This way, f4 on knight f3 are moves I consider, as well as this or that. There are many ways to play this. Also bishop e2 again would be some sort of way. Okay, let's put the knight out. I mean, a3, I'm not really sure what this does other than preparing b4, but now I have b4 under control as well. Knight here, he wants to go this way. Let's put the knight out. And now what? Now this one will come probably, or bishop to b4. Okay, let's, well, there are, what? Is the computer down now? I don't know. Okay, so now I'm back, sort of. So I can't go e5 to prevent d4 or bishop to that to have an open game, but I go e5 here. And I hope he takes the knight at some point. Knight over, well, he wants to go b4 whenever, b4, bishop e7 or bishop d7 or a3 or a4 are moves I'm considering. I think I'm gonna go with this, bishop to d7. If he takes, I'm probably still going to take with the pawn. Maybe b4 takes and stuff after he takes this and b4. I don't think the setup he plays here is particularly great. Wow, that's I don't know how to pull it off. It's not really something I have expected here. But okay, if I take, it's fine for him, I think, and I really don't. Okay, if he takes, this pawn becomes weak. As well as this, I should grab, and after he takes this, well, if he takes this, I can take the knight as well, maybe? To think about it for a short while. Because but takes with the rook is not bad, so this is all covered. a6, rook, c8, or bishop over there. I don't really think, well, I can also go d5 here if this were to be defended. If I go queen c7, knight d5 takes is not bad. I can jump in back. So either queen c7 is a way of dealing with this. But I still can't go d5 or a6. Let's go a6. Okay, the bishop goes back to b2. That's a thing now. Okay, this is something hanging. d4, maybe a move for him to be played. g6 is something. I want to go d5 at a certain point. This isn't hanging. If I go d5 now, no, that's not possible. Bishop g4, bishop e6, or some other ideas. The bishop on d7 is not where I want him to be honest. Bishop g4, d4 takes nothing. Well, actually, bishop g4, I'm not happy to give up that bishop, move it again, but I'm also not happy with the prospects of d4 takes, knight takes, because of the d6 pawn. If I can't go d5, then in a quick way I might have problems, but I shouldn't move this bishop again. But I want to prevent d4, so let's go put it there. Also now d5 might be an option in some cases. h3 I'm gonna take. Fine. So now I don't have to worry about d4. Can go g6, put the bishop over there maybe. But I think it's not hard to do it this way. Knight d4 might be some way now, but I'm not happy about. Well, knight d4 I hit the bishop, so I might get it back. I can take. I can put the bishop over there. I don't have to take. Bishop d3, bishop c4, some sort of ways. Let's put the rook this way. So now the bishop at least can't go there to c4. This square is as well covered. If he goes b4, it's not that bad. So now I have a knight over here, the bishop over there, d5. is a way, maybe. Well, d5 takes at some point. I don't think it's bad to go d5 here. The bishop can go to e7 to block the e-file. If you take, there is still knight takes, and takes is not bad. If I take knight take, bishop f4, queen g5, this is, I don't know, is something I'm not sure about. What is if I take the knight and take on e5? I'm not that sure. Bishop e7. What is if I take, no. Okay, put this one over there. Nothing is hanging. There is no threat. Takes c4. Maybe. Going back. Knight b4. Knight e5. No, knight e5, that isn't the way. Okay, let's put the bishop on e7. Let's put the bishop on e7. I'm pretty sure this position can't be bad for black. Maybe this now, but not the foreign one. Okay, let's go knight takes. The only thing I need to do is castles. The only thing I need to do is castles, and the only thing which is bad in my position is that he has the bishop pair. He's hitting this now. Okay, I have to go castles at some point anyway. c4 maybe. Okay, both of his bishops are directing against my king. This bishop, if I go here, the queen has to can go there. Maybe c4, bishop, queen back. f6, bishop c4 at a certain moment. b5 is a way to do this. Why can't I take on b4? Because he takes the knight and goes c3 next. Very complicated stuff to think of here. What about rook there? With rook somewhere over. If he takes a knight, it's not bad. Well, I have to move this. So what is if I move it to that square? He can't go g6 and have rook c6 to f5 to hit this. I don't know. Probably queen 8, rook h4, bishop h4 might be some sort of way. I just want to go out of the way there. As long as bishop c4 is not possible, it's fine for me. If you take, okay, well, let's go back. Oh my word, that was a double attack. No, there is no draw. I'm gonna resign. Okay, till this position over there. I think it's fine for me, and I have two positions now to work with. Let's see. I can't believe this is bad for me. Otherwise, my knowledge of chess is limited. Well, it's bad for me. Okay. Let's see. This position over here. Bishop there. Well, I can't believe this is... Well, why? So this is... d5 in this position isn't good. Okay. Yeah. Now I have some games here. It really was an interesting... There were a couple of interesting games there. Really, there were. But okay, let's stop it now. And thanks for watching. See you later. Ciao.